Hello, I am Umbrenero and welcome back to Umbrenero's Life. Today's video is Reorganizing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Synchro and XYZ monsters. So, we're on to the next two special monster types in Yu-Gi-Oh! First up is the Synchros. And there are quite a few that I have. I will just be open and say that. There's quite a few. And some of my favorite cards are Synchro monsters because that is an era that I really figured out certain decks that could get very, very fun. So I have some very fun Synchro cards. And also a lot of certain ones because I was doing a lot of collecting at the time. But that happens. And so do distractions. But this is not real time for how long it took to put all of these cards in. I did speed this video up, unlike the last one, because, yeah, this one was still at a decent speed, but not as quick. And then that is actually one of my favorite Synchro monsters. It has no stars, and it's a fun one if you can get it out. Then again, so is this dragon. But another day of just getting stuff done, getting things put away and organized. So some of these cards I actually had duplicates of. Shocking, I know. I have so many cards that I have duplicates of. But there's one of them my husband actually has the duplicate card of in one of his decks. And there are people that do not like that card. And yeah. It's one of those cards that's just a fun one. And it causes a lot of chaos depending on how many people you're playing with. But here, we're almost done with all of the Synchro monsters already. Like, there's not too many. There's not too few. It's a good number, and it's a good variety, because you can build quite a few different decks using the Synchros I do have. And there's a Loki card, which is another one of those that you would think is just a chaos thing if you know any of the lore of the Nordic god Loki. There's a lot of chaos that can happen. But that's the fun of it. So at the end, those are Synchro tuner cards. So, like from the effect monsters, some of them can be tuners as well. And I wanted to make sure they were grouped together so that way, if needed, I know where to find them. But up next is the XYZ monsters. At least that's what I've always called them. Because how do you pronounce XYZ easily? Because X, Y, Z takes so long. Just throw it together, XZs. At least that's what I did. So there was about the same amount of XZs to Synchro. So it was easy to do. And instead of using their levels, I used their rank because the stars are on the opposite side of the card. It's not a level, it's rank. There are a few fun cards in this area too, but getting them out is quite a bit harder, at least in my opinion, especially compared to the Fusion and Synchros. But if you have the right combo, it's possible. So there are times where while I'm doing things, I will get distracted. And right here, I'm like, why do I have so many shark cards? I have so many of them. And then it's like, wait, where's this one shiny card? Like, I was just getting so distracted while I was putting the Xyz cards in that there was a few times I almost just stopped putting them in. It doesn't look like it because I caught myself pretty quickly. But that's why there are times you see me actually fanning out the cards a little bit in my left hand as I am putting them in, just to go, where is that one card? And I don't know if I actually remembered where I put it, but I know it did end up in the binder, so all is good. And like other cards, I do have multiple copies of a few of them, which sometimes is not a bad thing. And around this point, I was just done. I wanted to be done putting cards in binder. I wanted a break. I wanted to go do something else, but I was committed to getting this completed first, though. It only makes me dread having to go through and do all the spells and traps yet. But they will be done. It's just, they're getting done soon. That's all I'm gonna say. And there was the shiny card I was thinking of and wondering if I had put it in there. And I actually forgot I had two of them. So, no wonder I was confused. It is what it is, and I did have enough sheets for all of them, which is the thing I was most worried about. So, thank you for watching, and until next time, I am Umbrenero. Bye!